Congratulations. You found the Twin Cities Hit Show with Rusty, Courtney, and Chuck.
Well, what do you know? It's time to go. Listen to the Twin Cities Hit Show.
Reach for this one.
And now, a real hit show live from the Twin Cities. It's the Twin Cities Hit Show.
I don't give a damn who you are.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Excuse me?
You dirt-eating piece of slime.
You scared, motherfucker? I know Kung Fu.
I know Taekwondo.
And I know whoop your ass.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Let's get this hit show started.
So angry. Wow.
Let's get this hit show started.
Everyone needs to calm the F down.
Well, it is only Thursday.
So close.
So close, so close.
And yet so damned far.
And I'm keeping an eye out because supposedly Thursday today, the Rolling Stones are supposed to announce that they're coming to Minnesota, to Minneapolis for a tour.
Well,
sometime today,
and
supposedly.
we're not exactly sure if they're coming to Minneapolis. We just assume because you had seen this billboard and there's you said there's like a list of predicted cities.
Yeah, that all had the billboard that said you'll get your
You'll get what you need?
Yeah, you'll
get what you need.
Careful. This is how flash mobs get started.
You'll get yours, see?
Yeah. This kind of rumor could be destructive.
Rusty, what would be like your... well, by the way, who are we?
This is the Twin Cities Hit Show. Hey, I'm Rusty Gatenby.
And I'm Chuck Gollop.
And I'm Courtney McLean.
And by the way, we're missing Tim Mahoney.
Yes, so we thought Tim Mahoney was going to be on the show today.
But we still get these crank phone calls, though, that are...
Hello there, Jeremy Ditka here, WRC, Wyoming. We're here at Babley's Pub, St. Patrick's Day. Just a whole bunch of fun we're having today down here. But we got a treat for you. We got a guy who his great, I think another great there, great-grandfather was the actual St. Patrick, believe it or not. And we have him here. His name is Matt Patrick. And we're going to ask him a few questions and about his great-grandfather.
See, these are the interviews we needed from you,
so
John.
Maddie, how's it going there today? It's St. Patrick's. You have a good time? Woo! Try another one. Just break it. Oh, I love this jump. It's good. Woo! Wow, it sounds like you're having a whole bunch of fun. Sounds like you definitely started early. Was that how your dad did it, or your grandfather, or how did that work? Was he actually Irish? Did he wake up on St. Patrick's Day? Or how did he start his own day?
Did he wake up?
I don't know, but woo! Give me another one. Boom! Wow. Whole bunch of excitement here. It just sounds like you guys had a great relationship through a lot of great-grandfathers. Well, I just want to say good luck to you today. It seems like your day's headed in a good direction. Make sure to let people know that your great-grandfather was St. Patrick. So here's Jeremy, St. Patrick's Day, WARC, Wyoming. We're out here today having a few. I think Maddie's having a few hundred. But we'll talk to you then. Thank you.
See? That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Did he describe to you the other night how these come to be? And we're not saying who our secret source is here. At home, looking at his dog. That's not
looking at his dog.
What
is he, like the son of Sam?
Yeah, I figured this was like just a moment in the middle of a day. I've got so much energy, I just have to know.
I'm not very good at math, but I do know that Tim Mahoney is missing, and we continue to get prank phone calls, especially when he's missing.
Yeah.
Strange.
Wait, what does that have to do with math?
Just adding it up. So, all right, real quick, back to the Stones.
Yes.
The rumored cities are May 24th, San Diego, May 30th, Columbus, Ohio, and then June 3rd, Minneapolis, the TCF Bank Stadium. That's the rumor.
And looking at your screen, it says rumored with a U.
Yeah.
Oh,
with an extra O, sorry.
Because they're English.
Yeah, with a U.
Yeah.
They're English.
They're English, so
It's
they have a lot of U's where they don't belong.
We're not certain yet.
So,
Rusty, what would be your ideal Rolling Stones set?
wow, well, there's so many, though. I mean, it's hard to say. They would have to play 3 hours. I couldn't list them all. Definitely this one. You got to, Jumpin' Jack Flash. Can't get no satisfaction.
I'd have to hear "Gimme Shelter." That's my favorite Rolling
that one
Stone
too.
song.
Street Fighting Man. I mean, it goes on and on. Which, by the way, we were talking about how Sinead O'Connor won't play her one hit anymore.
Don't get this conversation started between you two.
I was telling somebody last night how I think you and that's the first time Rusty and I have had a heated discussion.
I was too passionate about it, but
that's
anyway,
all right.
I'm trying to make the show interesting. God damn it!
I love your
I'm
passion,
into it.
Rusty. I love it.
I'll shoot you down because you're wrong.
I'm an artist!
Am I wrong? Because why? Why do you say that?
Well, well, mostly just because to make you mad right now.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think that you're wrong necessarily. I think there's different perspectives, but I think that my perspective is just as valid.
And I've now muted both of their mics because I'm not getting into this again. Hi, this is Chuck. The rest of the show's about me, and I just think that art is great no matter what.
Well, here's what Prince started his tour, right? His last-minute tour, and it happened this week down in Louisville,
Kentucky.
in Kentucky. And here, want to hear what Prince said and did?
Yep.
He goes, "Let me tell you how this is going to go, Kentucky," Prince said, dressed in black. This is from the Rolling Stone. "Have you ever heard 9 hits in a row?" Bam! That's how he started out.
Yeah.
9 hits in a row!
And he,
Take that, Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah.
She couldn't play. She'd have to play the same song 9 times in a row.
But Courtney wouldn't let her because that just corrupts the art.
oh my gosh. Well, yeah, when I saw Prince back in San Diego, probably about 15 years ago, and he played a medley of his popular hits.
Yeah.
So he had but Sinead O'Connor only has one, so she can't do a medley.
Yeah, hard to do a medley of one.
Okay, I kind of know how you feel, and I'm getting back to this, but I saw Gaffigan not that long ago, and we all know that Gaffigan has that famous bit about bacon.
When you say Gaffigan, you say Jim Gaffigan,
Jim
who's-
comedian,
Yeah.
and he's got that bit about bacon, and he got like all the way through his hour-long stadium or not stadium, but theater show, and at the end people are saying, "Bacon, do this bacon thing, bacon, bacon." And by the end of it, I'm like, I kind of want to hear some jokes about bacon. He's pretty good at it. Okay,
Yeah,
I kind
yeah.
of get it. And I'm sure for him they're irritating, but it's also boilerplate and it's easy, and he doesn't write all his own jokes.
Well, also
Comedians don't typically have that pressure, though, do they? To do the same joke again?
Well, I mean, comedians do the
certain
same.
comedians.
Yeah, to do the same joke over and over again. But
I
also,
suppose.
it's like they're constantly putting out. I mean, I think these days, like once you hit a certain level of being a famous comedian, it's like you're there for a while. Like Sinead O'Connor also is a lot more controversial than any of these comedians.
Yeah.
And so it's like she hasn't been given a lot of chance to put out more songs, or she hasn't cared about it.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like she
Or
hit.
she no longer has the ability to.
She hit it
Thank you,
big.
Prince, for my one song.
She hit it big with that one song, and like maybe that's
Prince.
not where she
The whole album's
wanted
good.
to be.
I mean, I had that album. I don't. It's been
Yeah.
years since I listened to it, but I like the
I
whole
do
album.
not want what I haven't got.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I don't want
am
anything.
stretched on your grave, and I will lie here forever. Isn't that one of the songs?
that's right.
One
Yeah.
of my favorite Sinead O'Connor songs is from The Lion and the Cobra. It's called Troy, and it's this insane song where she's like talking to this man who like they had a relationship and he didn't want it, and she's like, I don't know. Anyway, it's insane.
Yeah.
She's crazy, but
Well,
awesome. I think she's awesome.
She
crazy.
did kind of go crazy there for a while.
Yeah.
She married a guy for a moment, and there was marijuana issues.
Yeah. Well, and she became a priest,
Yeah, that's
I think, as well.
I'll go to this show instead.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Come on. I hope we get some satisfaction today. Mick,
Yeah.
Keith.
Yeah.
Keith.
If they play Wild Horses when we get our comp tickets to this, I'm just going to be so amazed. We do get comp
I
tickets.
love
Tommy.
Wild Horses.
Oh,
It's a great song.
it is the best.
I like ponies.
I like Sparkle Ponies.
Right. Well, we're having fun, aren't we?
Yeah, heck
It's
yeah.
okay. It's not my favorite, but it's okay.
I'm about to possibly take this show places now that we haven't gone yet. Are you ready to?
I didn't bring any
Are you
lube.
taking me to
Rusty,
Love
so-
Town?
Might get a little serious in his house if you don't mind. Can we do that?
Yeah,
No?
not at all.
Do you hear about what happened at the South Dakota Gun Show? We're going to start off this way. And
I'm going to guess somebody got shot because they're fucking guns.
Hey, watch your language.
Well, we're going to have the reporter explain the show, but just know that it involves a target, and I have to edit myself, has a silhouette, what appears to be a black person, and it's the official running N-word target.
Oh.
Shall we hear the story from Sioux Falls, South Dakota?
Yeah.
Just happened this
Let's
week.
know where I should never go.
I do and the quality of the show that I put out. And I'm very disappointed, disgusted to see what was on that table.
Show manager Bob Campbell is referring to this offensive target sold by one vendor at this weekend's Collector's Classic Gun Show. When KSFY photographer Dave Houck saw this target, he confronted the salesman. His response is very alarming.
Why are those on there?
Why aren't they? They're just targets.
Aren't they offensive in nature?
To who? Are you Negro? You know, there's some black people and then there's some Negroes. Sold 500 of them this weekend. So
Did we just say it? Gun show organizers say they check through vendors' products, but they say it's very hard to monitor everything.
People put out one thing, later they'll change, put out another thing.
I was not aware that it was there, or it would have been gone.
Dakota Territory gun shows will not be allowing this vendor back.
Well, we don't condone such things at our shows, and this problem will be taken care of.
I will not see it again at this show, or the Mitchell show, or the Sioux Falls show, and I suspect I will not see it again at any of the other Dakota Territory shows.
You might not want to put that on TV.
The gun show was held at the Ramkota, and once our photographer confronted the salesman, the offensive targets were taken off display.
Yeah, but he sold 500 of them in that limited time. This happened this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm looking at
this week.
I'm looking over your shoulder.
2015.
Yeah.
Well,
looking
that
at your
goes
shoulder,
to show you.
And the typical silhouette target is a silhouette, and you could say, "Oh, that's a black person." But this one, it's a caricature of some of the blackish features.
Well, it looks like a silhouette from the Jackson 5 cartoon.
Yeah.
It's like a guy with an apparent afro who looks like he's getting groovy.
Yeah. Isn't that it's just shocking to me?
He's smoking the wacky tobacco.
So, have you heard about what?
Is it shocking to you?
Yeah. Oh, totally. I cannot believe that even if this guy had those feelings, that he felt it was okay to, in this culture and in this modern day, where we're supposedly civilized, that he thought it was okay to sell those, and then he sold 500.
And then he sold 500 of them because
obviously venue, though.
He knows that there's still plenty of people out there that feel the same way he does.
Consider the venue.
I've got to
all right. Consider the venue.
So now we're strapped in. I'm going to take you on a little journey here.
We're strapped in.
All right, we're in.
Okay.
Here we go. So Starbucks. You hear what Starbucks is doing? Their new campaign.
They're selling offensive targets.
Yeah, pretty close.
They're trying to do a good thing, but is it going to work? They're trying to engage race conversation. And it happens when you get presented a cup that says, let's talk about it, whatever. Here's another reporter explaining what Starbucks is doing.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Todd Starnes. Starbucks and hot water. That is the subject of today's dispatch. Starbucks' national conversation on race has frothed the nation's lattes. The coffee chain ordered its baristas to wade into discussions about racism while customers wait for their caramel macchiatos. Here's how it's supposed to work. The barista hands you a cup, and if the cup has the words race together on it, then brace yourself for a hands up, don't shoot commentary on the state of racial affairs in America. As if I need to explain to a 16-year-old why I take my coffee black. Starbucks says they just want to bring us all together. And based on the reaction from Twitter, mission accomplished. Cameron Gray tweets, this Starbucks mug of hot steaming guilt is delicious. Sheriff David Clark Jr. from Milwaukee says this, can't remember the last time I saw a black person inside a Starbucks. They do not have stores in black neighborhoods.
Who said
and my
that?
good friend Michelle Malkin tweets this, adding white sugar to my non-Starbucks coffee with my brown hand. Diversity. Hashtag race together. Hashtag shut up and sell coffee.
Yay!
Shut up
Starbucks
and
is
sell
standing firm.
coffee.
They say they could not be silent bystanders. But silence is golden, especially before we've had our first cup of coffee for the day.
Okay. All right. Good intention, though. It's a good intention.
I think Harry Carey doing spot pieces is awesome. This is I'm Harry Carey. on coffee.
Have you ever, if you were in a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
That's just
Racism is bad, see?
That sucks. That's like all these celebrities who think they need to weigh in on political issues.
Well,
Why
they
is
can. They're
Starbucks-
American.
Well,
they can
yeah,
say whatever they
exactly.
want.
Starbucks
Everybody can weigh in, but
Yeah,
the thing
say
is,
whatever
is
you
like,
want. You need to yourself judge whether what that opinion is
Right.
is of value to you. Anyone can say whatever they want.
but also it's like, I don't know. I feel like Starbucks forcing their employees
Yeah.
to like have an opinion about it. It's like, you know what? I just want to go to work and give somebody their coffee, give somebody their half calf, half soy, whipped cream, rosemary, thyme, and sage coffee.
Let me ask you
And
this:
not have to-
Is this just a marketing ploy for these
Oh, fuck
morons?
yes, it
more
is.
than
It
them-
is, but is it the intentions are good. At least
Yeah.
they're trying to improve, some idiot from buying a Target in Sioux Falls, South
Right,
Dakota
right.
to make him with his coffee go, I never really had an actual conversation about why I have these inappropriate opinions on people of color.
Maybe instead they should have community boards, at Starbucks where people can post their thoughts about race instead of forcing their baristas to have a conversation about it when their baristas may A, not be educated enough about it, B, everybody has their own limited perspective. It's like, of course, like you want to start a conversation, but I know as a person who has worked in that kind of customer service,
Yeah, right.
I would not want to do that. I would feel a little violated as a barista that I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I don't want to have this conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe I would rather take action in voting or encouraging people to vote, or like choosing to patronize people of color's businesses. Like, I don't know.
And
Maybe-
this came
maybe-
down, by the way, from the owner, CEO, the top dog of Starbucks. It was his brainchild. But the execution.
Is he a white guy?
He is a white guy.
of
All right, so now it gets worse, and now it gets into the awkward. They were having this exact conversation that we're having on MSNBC.
Oh, okay.
And Nancy Giles, who is an African-American female journalist for CBS, was talking with Jay Smooth, who's a DJ. And he also is a blogger.
Uh-huh.
And
Jay Smooth.
he looks like let's just put it this way. Looks can be deceiving.
I've heard about this.
Yeah, this just happened as well. Listen to this.
Chris, I can't not tease Jay about the kind of like brother way he was taught to talk, and like, hey, with the rap music in the background and like down with the people.
I'm a rap guy.
Yeah, I know, but it's another interesting, funny thing about race. Like, there would be some people that feel that you co-opted something like that, and other people might feel like, well, that's his background, and that's really cool too.
Yeah, why
These
are
are
you co-opting,
conversations,
Jay?
if somebody takes my wallet. I mean, it's really interesting since
It's
you
also
weren't talking that way
interesting
to me.
because I'm actually black, but you assumed otherwise. And this is the sort of awkwardness we can look forward to in Starbucks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And she's like, oh, exactly, foot in my mouth. You're making my point completely. I need to crawl into the earth. And
Well,
oh my God, that's so awkward. And you try and make yourself look all black. Oh,
and he's like, lady, I am black. All right.
And there's-
Because he
yeah.
does not look black.
Right. Yeah, he is very
You're
light
stereotypical,
skinned.
yeah.
He is very light skinned.
Well, he's very smart. I don't know. You guys got like 90 seconds to listen to Jay Smooth talk about race and how you should talk about it?
I think
Yeah,
it's
sure.
very.
That sounds good.
It's really good.
I
all
would
right?
like to take his advice.
Here you go. Here's how he puts it.
Race, the final frontier. No matter what channel you watch, no matter what feed you aggregate, it seems like everybody everywhere is talking about race right now. And when everybody everywhere is talking about race, that means sooner or later you're going to have to tell somebody that they said something that sounded racist. So you need to be ready and have a plan in place for how to approach the inevitable that sounded racist conversation. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. The most important thing that you've got to do is remember the difference between the what they did conversation and the what they are conversation. Those are two totally different conversations, and you need to make sure that you pick the right one. The what
Brilliant.
they did conversation focuses strictly on the person's words and actions and explaining why what they did and what they said was unacceptable. This is also known as the that thing you said was racist conversation, and that's the conversation that you want to have. The what they are conversation, on the other hand, takes things one step further and uses what they did and what they said to draw conclusions about what kind of person they are. This is also known as the I think you are are a racist conversation. This is the conversation you don't want to have, because that conversation takes us away from the facts of what they did and the speculation about their motives and intentions, and those are things you can only guess at, you can't ever prove, and that makes it way too easy for them to derail your whole argument. And that is the part that's crucial to understand. When you say, I think he's a racist, that's not a bad move because you might be wrong. That's a bad move because you might be right. Because if that dude really is racist, you want to make sure you hold him accountable and don't let him off easy. And even though intuitively it feels like the hardest way to hit him is just run up on him and say, I think your ass is racist, when you handle it that way, you're actually letting him off easy, because you're setting up a conversation that's way too simple for him to derail and duck out of. Just think about how this plays out every time a politician or a celebrity gets caught out there. It always starts out as a what they did conversation, but as soon as the celebrity and their defenders get on camera, they start doing judo flips and switching it into a what they are conversation. I have known this person for years, and I know for a fact that they are not a racist, and how dare you claim to know what's inside their soul just because they made one little joke about watermelon tap dancing and and then you try and explain that we don't need to see inside their soul to know that they shouldn't have said all that about the watermelon. And you try to focus on the facts of the situation, but by then it's too late, because the what they are conversation is a rhetorical Bermuda Triangle where everything drowns in a sea of empty posturing until somebody just blames it all on hip-hop and we forget the whole thing ever happened. Don't let this happen to you. When somebody picks my pocket, I'm not going to be chasing him down so I can figure out whether he feels like he's a thief deep down in his heart. I'm going to be chasing him down so I can get my wallet back. I don't care what he is, but I need to hold him accountable for what he did. And that's how we need to approach these conversations about race. Treat them like they took your wallet and focus on the part that matters, holding each person accountable for the impact of their words and actions. I don't care what you are. I care about what you did.
Actions like that, yeah.
Is this the piece that led her into her rant?
Yeah.
Wow, she's an idiot. Because
I mean, and I was going to edit this, and I said, you know what? We got time. Let's just let the whole thing go.
Totally. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That is, wow, she just did herself in as a complete hypocrite. You know, she is. She's talking, oh, man, it's, you know, it's stereotypes, and you play your music, and you try and sound all urban, and, yeah, it's because I'm black, and, oh, yeah, I guess I just proved my whole argument and by myself.
And what a great opportunity for her to learn a little bit, right?
If she can.
Why are you assuming she can't? I mean, she is a disenfranchised person herself in that she's probably felt a lot of racism. And yes, it is racist to look at another person and go, I assume you're not black and yet you're taking this black posturing. But, you know, as her experience has probably taught her entire life, she's got to be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. And so she made a simple mistake.
She made an assumption.
And then I think she automatically, she made an ass out of her and the guy.
Assumption, yeah.
And the unction.
That's what assuming does. It makes an ass out of you and me.
But it's not like she's not going to walk away from that and be like, okay, maybe I need to broaden my mind a little more.
Maybe.
And that is what makes.
But again, we don't know her soul, and her soulmate. She may be the person who goes, yeah, I made a mistake, so what? I move on. It's hard to say.
Yeah,
it is.
Let's judge her actions, and
exactly.
that's what she did. I'm hoping, and at first I hoped that my kids would never have to. That they're very open-minded. They don't see color. Gay is not a problem. Mm-hmm. But now that this guy is able to sell 500 targets this week, it's like, okay, now maybe it's my grandkids who will have a colorless world. Evidently, it's not going to be my 13-year-old sons.
Well, and also, I saw Jesse Jackson speak live once, and he was like, "Why would you want to be colorblind?" Like, I think it's important to see and you know what I'm saying, and I know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it is important to recognize that we have these differences, but that's what makes humanity awesome, and it doesn't mean anybody is less of a person, or less of or feels anything less or whatever.
Right.
But it is out there. Obviously, these 500 targets being sold, that it makes it
in a
still
short window, because he got busted early into the gun show.
Yeah.
In that short window.
Yeah.
So God knows how many he would have sold if he had free reign to sell all weekend.
I'm going to guess that at a gun show in South Dakota, where you've got a lot of white people who
you're assuming now.
No, that's true. That's true. But
well, should we before we go to break, some more controversy and a different subject altogether. Today starts March Madness. Do you hear John Oliver's take on this?
No, I haven't.
All right, here let's start a little March Madness.
Yes, March is on. Fuck Fuck you, February. And April, I'll see you in hell. It's March o'clock, assholes.
It's March o'clock, assholes. So he begins by talking about how it's a $1 billion industry now, the NCAA Final Four.
No surprise.
And part of it is there's commercials everywhere.
Sponsored by Lexus.
AT&T at the half is presented by AT&T.
Our game is brought to you in HD TV by HP.
Coke Zero presents real fans of NCAA March Madness.
Pretty soon, the only thing left to sponsor will be the sponsorships themselves. And now Pepsi presents a Geico look at Nabisco's Toyota Moment of the Game, brought to you by Taco Bell.
So that's how they're making billions. $1 billion is because they're advertising.
Who's getting all this money?
Well, there you go. Here we go. Here he talks about that. It's not the athletes.
There is nothing inherently wrong with a sporting tournament making huge amounts of money. But there is something slightly troubling about $1 billion sports enterprise where the athletes are not paid a penny, because they aren't. And as the head of the NCAA, Mark Emmett, will tell you, they don't want that to change.
There's not even a salary to debate. They're not employees, they're students.
The fact is they're not employees, they're student athletes. I can't say often enough, obviously, that student athletes are students. They are not employees.
The only other people who say they're not employees that much are people who run illegal sweatshops out of their basements. They're not employees. It's a summer camp where they make the same T-shirt over and over again thousands of times. It's summer fun year-round. And the problem is, when you don't pay people, there are consequences. One of the players who climbed the sponsored ladder last year was Shabazz Napier, who happened to let slip a startling fact after one of the games.
Sometimes, like I said, there's hungry nights where I'm not able to eat, but I still got to play up to my, capabilities. There are hungry nights that I go to bed and I'm starving.
That's insane. Hunger Games should take place annually in a dystopian future, not every March sponsored by Coca-Cola on CBS.
Right?
Wow.
I've never heard this guy, but I love him.
Yeah.
John Oliver, you've never heard of him?
Oh, he's good.
Great.
He's on HBO now. He was Jon Stewart's show for a long time. But
is he from Alabama?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Wow.
So, right, there's a problem there.
That's a huge problem.
These athletes do get scholarships, and that ain't nothing. College is expensive. However, you got students, that's all they have, because they're not allowed to sell an autograph.
Right.
They're not allowed to accept a sandwich. They're not allowed to accept a ride to the airport, let alone a ticket to go home to see your dying father, should that be happening, because that did happen a couple of years ago, and the coach got fined for putting his athlete on a plane to go home to see his dying father because he had no other way to do it.
Wow.
The coach got in trouble for doing
that.
that.
What happened if you injected money into this truly? And would it get away from you?
Well, here's the deal. These sports like football and basketball that generate large sums of money for the university, they do take that money and they do then fund women's basketball, women's hockey, the crew team, the rowing team,
lacrosse.
Well, not as much this year. My son will tell you. Now that they got lacrosse funding, got cut a little bit.
We don't even have sticks.
Yeah.
But we know that funding's not. That's not where the billions of dollars are going.
Probably just a little tip in the iceberg.
Yeah.
Oh, it's big money.
Yeah, and it's like, why can't they just take a piece of that and give it to the players, or at least give the players some sort of meal deal so they're not starving?
Better showers at Penn State.
Oh, Sandusky. You had to go there. No. What was it? Was that his name?
Yeah.
Well, here's how Oliver sums it up, because they do have video games on the NCAA. So here's his solution.
If you're going to change nothing, at least be honest about the business you're engaged in. Feel free to bring back your video games, but in the spirit of authenticity that seems to matter so much to you, make them a little more accurate.
Rated E for exploitative.
That's awesome.
From WT Sports, March Sadness 2015, the most authentic college basketball game of all time. Because any game can give you the excitement of college athletics, but that's only about 2% of your week. For the first time, you'll get to experience the other 98%.
What are you, a fucking idiot? I'm gonna fucking kill you! You pass like a fucking pussy!
You'll get to enjoy all the fun of being screamed at by a middle-aged millionaire while living in constant fear of losing your scholarship, be it from a career-ending injury accidentally accepting a free lunch when you're hungry, or directly profiting in any way from the value of your work. Because making money is utterly antithetical to the whole principle of collegiate athletics. But don't take it from us. Take it from the unwilling star of EA's NCAA Basketball 09, Ed O'Bannon.
This game is every bit as f***ed up as a real thing.
Create your own player and enjoy an authentic student-athlete experience. Because our game puts just as much emphasis on an education as a real NCAA Division I school does. Are you ready for your Swahili exam? Congratulations, student. You speak Swahili. Now...
Anyway, you get the idea.
Wow. Yeah. To me, it kind of sounds like a little form of slavery.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's why he brought up the sweatshop.
Right. Oh, right.
Metaphor.
Mhm.
Is that a metaphor? Yeah.
I went to an NBA game
Simile.
probably 5
Simile.
years ago, and I've had the chance to go to free games all the time. So I go to at least one sporting event a year, and I said I would never go to NBA again because it was just gross. The people were gross. The game was gross. The marketing was gross and had nothing to do with the sport, and it was obnoxious.
Which game did you go to?
It was the Wolves. I don't know who they were playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was just gross. The whole thing was disgusting. And
Why? Why are you saying it's disgusting?
I didn't like the people. I didn't like it was all about marketing. Granted, now I'm a football fan. There's a lot of marketing, but
because the football crowd is
it's
very quaint.
Yeah, different. Maybe different. It was a different experience probably than I'm used to. Maybe had I gone on a more regular basis, but I did not enjoy that experience
But
at all.
Chuck, corporations are people too.
I love you, Courtney. That's awesome.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. Did you?
God, we're already a half hour in.
We are. Chuck's got a band he wants us to check out. 3 girls from Mexico. It's a 3-girl band.
Claro.
With news about
Tres amigas.
news about Madonna. We got news about Liza Minnelli. We got news about Pee Wee Herman. We got lots to talk about. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
We'll
Sounds
be right
great.
back.
The Twin Cities Hit Show with Rusty, Courtney, and Chuck will be right back.
MacMen. Don't let your computer problems drive you mad. We are MacMen, Minnesota's premier tech consultants and problem solvers for Macs, mobile devices, troubleshooting, training, and much more. No more dragging your computer all over town because we come to you. We love making house calls to your home or small business. MacMen. Call 612-345-8005. The Alive and Social Network is alive and growing. From the best in sports, music, movies, and beer, Alive and Social is what all the cool kids click on. Featuring characters like radio rebel Jeff DeBay, Star Tribune pundit Jim Suhan, Unfiltered, and television veteran and handsome man Rusty Gatenby. You can also taste the Minnesota Pubcast with Jason and Molly. Join the band with live band karaoke night from legendary O'Gara's in St. Paul and the live music showcase from Shamrocks. Yes, Alive and Social Network does indeed rock and roll. The Jeff DeBay Show, Jim Suhan Unfiltered, the Rusty Gatenby Review, the Minnesota Pubcast with Jason and Molly, live band karaoke, and Shamrock's live music showcase. Join the fun. Be alive and social with the Alive and Social Network.
With Suhan Unfiltered, sports columnist for the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, Jim Suhan presents in-depth conversations with the best writers and sports personalities in the area. Suhan brings professional journalism flavor without the verbal censoring. Find out what unfiltered really means. Only on the Alive and Social Network. SuhanUnfiltered.com. The term foodie can sometimes come across as a tickle pretentious. BT and Lydia are here to demystify the term and reclaim it for the sake of good food. Their weekly podcast brings in fellow foodies and culture creators from the Twin Cities to talk about all things food. Find this duo only on the Alive and Social Network.
Bigger, better, leany, meeny, miny, mo, and flour. You're the chosen one.
You're listening to the Twin Cities Hit Show with Rusty, Courtney, and Chuck. Say it 3 times fast. We just dare you.
Fill your left hands free. And your right hand grip. With another left hand. Watch his right hand slip. Schwartz is gone.
All right.
Okay.
We're back.
We're back. I just saw, this is not good news, but
Rolling Stones?
Rolling Stones. No, I'm sorry. I just saw on Fox 9 News' Twitter that a 10-year-old boy is missing from Crystal, Minnesota. So I'm going to be retweeting this.
So it's an Amber Alert.
Yes. Amber. Well, it's a boy, though, so I don't know if he's named Amber.
No, that any missing child is called an Amber Alert.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. I was trying to make a joke. And
Back me up, right?
It wasn't a good joke.
Amber Alert is a national alert system. Yeah.
Based on a child who went missing. Her name was Amber.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so now, when any child goes missing under a certain age, what is the age?
I think it's 10. No, I think it's just a juvenile.
Yeah.
So you don't have to wait 24 hours.
I tried to
You
activate
can
one
immediately
once.
do an Amber Alert.
Oh, I see.
So,
Okay.
I tried to activate one once. We had a missing kid, and there's like 8 criteria, and you have to talk to someone at the BCA and then go through their infrastructure and make sure that you're meeting all 8 criteria.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, speaking of kids, I don't know how good a segue this is. Guess who's making a movie right now? Cameras are rolling for
Macaulay Culkin.
this person.
I know you are, but what am I?
You're a nerd.
I know you are, but what am I?
You're an idiot.
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Infinity.
No, I'm not. You are. No
way.
Knock it
Cut it
off.
off.
Cut it
Cut it
out.
out.
Oh, shut up, Pee-wee.
Oh, no. Because I don't make monkeys. I just trade them.
Oh, Pee-wee, listen to reason.
I'm trying to use the phone.
Yes, no, that was not a recording of Chuck and I.
Talk about a comeback. Next one will be Tickle Me Elmo doing a new movie.
The thing is, if you see him doing talk shows now, he still looks the guy.
I know.
He is taking good care of himself.
Yeah.
So, cameras started rolling this week on the next movie of Pee Wee Herman.
So, who's the director? Do we know? I mean, like...
Oh, I should know this.
So we have Big Top Pee Wee and Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, it is someone, a crazy director, too. It's not
Tim
a
Burton?
a newer director. I'll find it out. Or
All
can
right.
you look that
Yeah,
up?
I totally can. Here on my...
Yeah, it's not Tim Burton.
Not Tim Burton.
But the guy does have a track record with some crazy movies.
Oh, my God. I don't know.
Which is good.
I love that first movie. That was great when I was in high school, I think, when the first one came out.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Well, it was just
dude.
I used to watch the TV show. I thought that TV show was fantastic.
Oh, it's funny.
Paul Rubens, who plays
Pee Wee.
is 62.
That's incredible.
62.
Oil of Olay.
I know he is, but what am I? I know he is, but what am I?
That wasn't very good.
Oh, I pity the fool that don't eat my cereal. That's I love Pee Wee's Big Adventure so much.
I just have had so many disappointments with like Dumb and Dumber, Arrested Development. God, I
well,
hope this
when
is-
we find this director, he does have a track record. He is someone good.
Sorry, my computer
that's all
is
right.
moving so
We'll get to it. Moving along, Madonna.
Produced by Judd Apatow.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's cool.
good. That feels good.
So, all right, Madonna.
Let me find. Oh, I had stuff here. First of all, her album came out, and it was not number one on the charts.
Yeah.
The Empire soundtrack, the TV show Empire, they put out a soundtrack that beat her. That's the number one.
That's Jennifer Hudson's on Empire, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that hashtagged everywhere?
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know anything about it. I just keep seeing the Empire hashtags.
Well,
trending.
the
That
finale,
means it's
the
trending.
finale was
Oh, thank
last
you.
night, and so the album just debuted. And this is them. This is the album. They originally thought that the album might sell around 25,000, the Empire soundtrack. But then the show caught traction, and they thought, well, maybe it's going to sell. It sold 130,000
Wow.
in one day.
Wow.
Madonna sold 121,000.
Oh, okay.
So she got beat by 9,000.
Yeah.
But a TV show, last time a TV show had a number one album was Glee, that whole phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to now go back and watch Empire. I missed it all.
Yeah. Oh, is it over now?
Yeah, the season finale was yesterday.
Oh, okay. Was
Yeah.
it just one season?
I'm guessing it's coming back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Um,
All right. So far, one season.
Terrence Howard, he's
Yeah.
a crazy mofo when you interview him.
Yeah.
The man ain't right.
Man ain't right.
Really? You've
Yeah,
interviewed him?
I've interviewed
What do you
him.
mean he's not right?
Well, the week before I interviewed him,
Mhm.
he had reportedly held his girlfriend in a screaming domestic off a balcony in like Toronto. Yeah, like
that's a
threatening to drop her and stuff.
So
Holy
what? Why are you
crap.
going to judge him for that?
I'm the actions. I'm only going on the actions.
Right. He's not a domestic abuser. He just did a domestic abuse.
He was very pleasant and soft-spoken, almost during the interview.
Yeah.
And they're like, do not ask him about the bursa. Everybody was surprised that he even showed up for the
Yeah.
interviews. And I'm like, I am not going to ask him about the bursa.
Do not mention the war.
But he was very sweet and wonderful, and I'm thinking, wow, that pendulum really swings from sweet to angry, don't it?
Oh
I'm
my
guessing he
gosh.
was well medicated after his incident.
I used to work in a hair salon on the Upper West Side of New York City, and that is the best example of the pendulum swinging. From you get these mostly women who are extremely entitled and super sweet to you, and then if you can't book them, they're just like,
Yep.
yeah, rip you a new asshole.
Yep.
Well, Madonna's
People be crazy.
Madonna's certainly trying to promote her album. She's doing a week on the Ellen DeGeneres show, which
Oh, fun!
I do DVR Ellen, and I
Yeah.
do think it's a good show.
Yeah.
I'm a big old housewife, I guess. I watch the Ellen show. But so, have you ever played the game I Have Never?
Oh yeah.
And then you ask these questions. Have you tried?
Never have I ever.
Never have I ever, and then they're usually sexual in nature. And then if you have, you're supposed to admit to it. And if you have not, you say that. Well, she was going to play that game with Madonna,
Mhm.
but that wasn't good
Oh,
enough for Ellen.
boy.
She needed a bigger person to play with her.
Game together, you and I. It's a game called Never Have I Ever. And I have a feeling there's going to be very few things that you're going to say that to. And it's always fun to play with more than two people, so let's bring out Justin Bieber to play with us.
Oh, what?
Yeah, right. Oh, so let's bring out Justin Bieber.
Wow.
Justin Bieber
So
better be
they sit
thanking
down
me.
and they play Never Have I Ever. And I'll help you out. I'm going to play a little bit of it because you can't see their paddles, what they say. But they have two paddles. One says I have.
Uh-huh.
And then the flip side says I have never.
Uh-huh.
So here we go. A little bit of them
All
playing.
right, so we're going to play. Here's your paddle. I'm sure you have one, but this is.
Can we spank each other with
Yes,
it?
you can. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to have a
Madonna.
question, and we're going to answer honestly. I've never seen these, so okay. Never have I ever had phone sex.
Madonna and Ellen say they have. Justin says no.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Wow. Never have I ever used someone else's toothbrush without telling them. Ew.
Oh, I've got a
Ellen
great
and
story
Justin
about
say
that.
no. Madonna says
Never have
yes.
I ever fooled around in a bathroom during a party.
All three say yes.
I've done all three of those.
This is the 21st century.
These are tame. Yeah. Never have I ever gotten kicked out of a bar.
Justin says no.
I just turned 21.
Be honest.
I just turned
Turn
21.
that thing around, Justin.
I just turned 21, though.
He's been kicked out of like 5
Jay.
bars.
Yeah, exactly.
I swear.
I swear.
All right. Never have I ever dated someone and their sibling.
All three say yes.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Never have I ever fooled around with someone else in the room. When someone else with someone else in the room.
Wave your hands in the air.
Madonna
All
says
these
yes.
questions are sexual. Just saying.
Never have I ever forgotten the name of the person I was fooling around with.
Yep.
Justin and Madonna, yes. Stop.
Come on. You two are perfect for each other.
Anyway, there you go. What a get for Ellen, though, right?
Yeah, nice.
First of all, to have
totally.
Madonna for the week, and then she
Well,
gets
Madonna and Ellen
Justin
are like
to join her.
BFFs, aren't they? They're like,
Yeah.
they're super good friends.
By the way, I want to give a little shout out to Liza Minnelli. Went in for treatment. Substance abuse.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So good luck, Liza.
I was on the streets of New York once when I lived there, and back to the salon that I worked at, there was this guy who hosted this regular open mic, and I saw him on the street, and he would come into the salon, but I saw him on the street hanging out with Liza Minnelli. They were leaning up against a cream-colored Mercedes-Benz up on like West 42nd Street, and I was hanging outside of a show I was doing, and I saw him. I was like, Jim Caruso, that was his name. I was like, Jim, what's happening? And then I was like, oh, hello, Liza Minnelli. What?
Are
Anyway.
you sure it wasn't a drag queen?
I'm
Because-
not-
no kidding.
I was not. No, I'm pretty sure it was her. But now that you say that, who knows?
Yeah.
Well, she's getting up in years, and her mom, of course, struggled with substance abuse. So
yeah.
good luck, Liza.
Yeah.
All right, so I get an email from Chuck last night late. Have you heard these girls?
Never
And
have I ever sent a dirty email to Rusty late.
I'm like, wrapping up my son at a lacrosse game. I was picking up my daughter from volleyball, and I'm like, okay, why do we care, though, Chuck? So tell us why we care.
Well, we care because I think these girls. We have an argument going between Rusty and me whether or not they're amazing. I think they're amazing for their age. And granted, this video has been going around for a while, so it's not exactly fresh. But first time I've seen it, and they play a cover of a Metallica song, and they're
What are
Mexican.
they? Are they 90?
Well,
How old are they?
The oldest is 14 when the video is made.
Yeah.
I
The
see.
drummer is 9. The drummer's great.
Yeah.
I watched a whole bunch of videos. Some of them are better than others.
Yeah.
This one does happen to be pretty good. I'll grant you that. So imagine 3 young girls.
What's their name?
The Warning?
Yes.
The Warning?
Yes.
The Warning.
Yes.
The drummer's just this little peanut of
Yeah.
a girl.
Oh my God.
She can barely see over the snare.
I can hear that it's not totally tight, but
Right.
it still sounds
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. I would be rocking out. I am.
Well, and they have on their webpage, send Ellen a note because we want to go on her show. So they do. They're hoping.
Yeah.
They're hoping that Ellen gets enough requests that they'll have these girls on.
Yeah.
They're a little weak in the vocals too. When
Yeah.
did they start singing on this? thing?
It's pretty far in. Yeah, I mean, they do a very nice.
Daniela, Paulina, and Alejandra.
Here we go. Here's another
Oh,
one.
cute. Nice. A little fast.
Now listen to her. Her voice isn't quite Bon Scott.
Yeah,
or,
no. Yeah. She's going through puberty. Whoa. I know.
I love it.
She's a little pumpkin.
Oh my God.
I'm sure they intimidate any potential 9-year-old boyfriends.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Sup, Timmy? Yeah, I got a gig tonight. I'm not going to make that birthday party. Sorry, man.
I'm sorry, I can't trade Pokemon cards with you.
Yeah.
I have to change the strings on my guitar.
Roller skating? What time is that? Because I got sound check, man. I got to go to sound check, bitch.
Hell, I'm gonna do coke off your ass.
Anyway, all right. Good luck to them.
I think that's awesome. That's inspirational. My kids are stuck on Minecraft or Roblox or whatever they're into. Rather see this direction.
Well, now it comes to the point of the show where we need good things.
Yeah. I just want to let the warning band that I just tweeted at Ellen,
Oh, good.
at the Ellen Show from the Twin Cities Hit Show
Aw.
Twitter, that they should be on there.
Good.
So there you go, guys. So got a few things here we could talk about.
Good.
I'm just going to start with the most disgusting one.
Gross.
Chuck is rubbing off on you.
Chuck is rubbing off on me. This is from one of my favorite sites that we've talked about before, Jezebel. Celebrity sex and fashion without airbrushing. This article is called Dear Friend, Please Don't Start an Afterbirth Smoothie Business. Apparently there is a woman, Catherine Beale, who is a Wiltshire entrepreneur. She's frustrated that her local government has closed down her one-stop shop for placenta, shakes, and pills.
Oh,
Yep.
no,
this
no,
is something
no.
this is a thing where people eat placenta, and if anybody's unfamiliar with what that is, it's basically the thing that surrounds a baby in a woman's stomach, and it comes up. Yeah,
It
how we
tastes like
feeling?
chicken.
We feeling okay?
Tastes like chicken.
No.
Is there a crock pot in the kitchen, by the way? Separate,
Is that what I smell?
Separate conversation.
Is that what I smell?
And today, many people are choosing to have it in a thick, bulbous smoothie.
Well, why wouldn't you?
That
Yeah,
tastes more
yeah.
like berries than quote unquote metallic and bloody. However, it's also unregulated, and its consumption can, surprise, be unhygienic. So anyway,
Where is this going on?
This is going in Wiltshire. Sounds like in England.
Oh,
yeah,
fine.
Yeah. So she says she makes each smoothie by blending an 8-centimeter long piece of placenta with some sliced banana, a punnet of organic berries, and 150 milliliters of water. It must be someplace outside the United States because we're using milliliters.
Yeah.
The remaining placenta is dehydrated, ground into powder, and turned into pills. She's been doing this for 2 years, and typically
She's
has
really too long.
She has 2 customers a month.
Oh, nice. There you go. She is the Bill Gates of placenta shakes.
Yes, so there you go. That's something that's happening in the world. Another thing that's happening in the world is a food truck that's serving pigeon, parakeet, and horse. And it's called...
Oh, my gosh. PETA loves us.
Yes, it's called The Kitchen of the Unwanted Animal. And its first dish was geese croquettes, because we all know that geese are assholes, so we want to eat them.
F them. F the geese.
F the geese, yeah. So, and that's happening in Amsterdam, so also not in the
Again,
United
yeah.
States. I'm sorry, everybody, that we can't eat these delicious things within the United States.
So it's pigeons, geese,
pigeons, parakeets, horse. Yeah, which when I had friends who lived in Geneva, Switzerland for a little while, and they did a taste test of horse meat versus cow meat, and they said it was very good. But sort of I guess the point behind this food truck is that they're trying to demystify and sort of like making it okay to eat other animals as opposed to just the animals that we eat, because it's like, well, why do we only eat cows and whatever else we eat, bison and chicken and stuff, when it's like there's plenty of other animals to eat, but also I guess I don't know.
Soylent Green is people!
The Parakeet Union is very upset by this.
The Parakeet Union. Oh, Walker's crushing the Parakeet Union in Wisconsin. Yeah.
But so...
Well, it sounds illegal. Sounds highly illegal.
So, there you go. Your appetites are spoiled.
In a stroke of genius, Darth Vader with long rifle robs North Carolina bank.
Oh, boy.
This man is brilliant. Pineville, North Carolina. A short person dressed in a Star Wars character outfit robbed a bank just
A
miles.
short person?
Yeah, so I had to look into what they meant by short person.
Yeah.
The thief was dressed in a Darth Vader outfit, 5 feet tall.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's wearing a short-sleeved shirt, so you can tell his complexion. So I don't know how many 5-foot-tall, olive-complected men that own an entire Darth Vader outfit there are in Pineville, North Carolina.
Well, in Hollywood, you do look bigger on screen.
This is true.
It's not helping him, I'll tell you that. This man can barely see over the counter. It's cute. He didn't just wear the mask, but also black gloves and a chest plate that resembled that of Darth Vader. And a woman can be seen handing over bundles of cash. My guess is this one will be in the can shortly. This man is going to jail. There's no way they're not finding him.
Well, how soon after you leave the bank do you take the costume off? Because you don't want to be recognized too soon.
Right.
But you can't be driving too far away either in Darth Vader.
And you can't run that fast. Your legs are so short.
Oh, cute little short-footed gait. Oh, look at the little Darth
They're
Vader.
going to
with
find his car right away because the seats scooted all the way up to the steering wheel.
Look at Darth Vader. He's got special effects. That whole bag just exploded with red.
Oh.
So he's still on the lam?
He's still on the lam, but I could say by tomorrow we'll check in. That one will be solved and wrapped up quickly. He's mean, though. You should see this little pellet gun he's pointing at them. I don't think it's a real rifle. This guy is He's brilliant. Brilliant, I say.
All right. Anything else?
Runaway beer keg. No lucky charm for Indiana teenager. This is a St. Patty's story. Apparently, Indiana teenager's luck has apparently run out after a runaway beer keg on St. Patrick's Day caught the attention of police. They say the newly purchased keg fell from the bed of his pickup truck. When the tailgate gave way, they retrieved the keg from the road and cited him for carrying beer. That's what happens when you're underage and you don't close your damn tailgate. Plan that out. Plan that out.
How many underage arrests did you do? Did you crash keg parties?
Oh, God, we used to love doing that. It was so fun.
Why?
Because kids are dumb.
Yeah.
Kids are dumb.
Was it usually a noise complaint that brought the heat?
Well, my favorite epic story was the time that we busted a keg party, and this is when kids figured out that we needed a warrant if they wouldn't let us in. Because we used to say there was an exception because they're underage, so it's dangerous. Well, that's not really... doesn't get you around the old Constitution, copper. So we knock on the door, they go, you can't come in.
Mhm.
Okay. So there was a huge keg party, and they wouldn't let us in, but it was a snow emergency. So I created as the watch commander, a snow emergency. And I said, you know what? It's snowing. We got to tow all these cars. So we stood out there and started towing their cars, which really upset them.
Uh-huh.
And as we're towing the cars, someone came out and said, there's someone in there not breathing. I think they're unconscious. I go, thank you, gift and God.
Uh-huh.
When it knocked on the door, I said, open the door. I'm kicking it in. Bring your warrant. I'm not kidding. Open the door. I'm kicking it in. So kicked the door in, arrested the homeowner, a bunch of people, found the person. They were unconscious but breathing, and everyone got tickets, and that was kind of fun.
So there was an adult at home?
There was no adult. It was all kids. Yeah, all kids. So yeah, there's always those fun little stories, or where you find kids hiding by the furnace once you're in the house, or hiding under laundry baskets thinking they're invisible.
I've always... the parents that throw the party for the kids, have you ever had to bust those?
Yeah, well, they've passed a bunch of laws now, and you can tag the homeowner just for being irresponsible, allowing their kid to have access to the kid or to the house.
Mhm.
So my parents would probably be in federal prison right now for all the things they let me do. But
really, your parents said, "All right, if you're going to have a party, do it here."
Well, no. Here's what they said: we're going to Door County. Feed yourself, and don't touch those car keys right there because you're 14, and we know that you could never drive. And they disappeared for a weekend, leaving me keys to a car. How did that work out?
For a weekend.
For a weekend.
Wow.
I only crashed the car once.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't bad. It just had to be totaled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't technically get arrested. I just got dropped off at home by the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
That truly happened.
You totaled the car?
I totaled the car. I saw a kid.
At 14?
Yeah, 14.
And that's when you were like, I'm going to be a cop.
Yeah, driving all day. That's exactly it.
Mhm.
Driving all day, and I saw a kid I knew when I was 14. Go, hey, it's George Miller. And I waved, looked back at him, drove through a red light. I didn't even like George Miller, and I got plugged by someone going the other way.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Good thing you're still here.
Didn't even like George Miller. Now, obviously...
Well, that's why you waved to him when you were
Yeah,
driving out of a
yeah.
car, driving a car when you were 14.
Look at me, I'm cool.
And that was not a thing to be a cop. They didn't look at your record and go, tell us about this thing.
Time and distance, they always say in backgrounds.
Yeah.
Time and distance.
Time and distance.
I didn't become a cop till I was
Makes it funny.
just over 21. So I had 7 years of good behavior.
You were a child. How do you fall on the opinion? Should parents say, well, they're going to drink anyway, I'd rather have them do it right here at home?
You can legally drink under your parents' direction at your house.
Mhm.
You can.
Mhm.
But it's all the other kids that
It's all
show
the other
up at
kids,
the
yeah.
party that tend to be a
the,
problem.
the other kids. It has to be your own birth children that,
Right.
that you have a party with.
Yep. Yeah, you can drink under your parents' direction, but that's what happens. These things
Every
always get away.
Thursday at my house, it's beer ping pong with mom and dad.
Oh, they're so cute.
The kids just call it beer pong.
She's 8.
Yeah.
It's
There's
time
no
she
ping.
started drinking.
I was of the opinion that hell no, I'm not going to. I'm a parent. I'm not your friend.
Yep.
I know that. Yeah, you may go to somebody's house that the parents are out of town. You may. I'm going to make it difficult for you though.
Right.
I'm not going to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
You all drink here, and it'll be fine.
I'm not a parent, but I think I would be the parent that I'd be like, fine, if you're going to drink, here you go. Or I'd be the parent who would just like give them Jameson whiskey when they're 13 and be like, you finish that whole
Yeah.
shot right there.
Smoke the
and
whole
tell
pack.
me how much you love
Yeah.
alcohol. Yeah.
That never works, though. That never works.
Well, I don't know that it never works.
I
but it
kept my
probably
parenting
rarely
simple.
works.
I just kept
Yeah.
it simple. No, it's illegal.
Uh-huh.
Not doing it.
There you go.
No, not
There you go.
happening.
And as a 4-time parent, you probably have an idea of what you're talking about before I do.
I have great kids.
Full-time parent. What's a part-time parent?
No,
four.
4-time.
Oh, 4-time.
Yeah.
They did full-time.
Yeah.
You've been promoted. You're now full-time. You get benefits.
I've got 4 of them. And
Yeah.
Connor's out there right now in San Diego.
Ooh, nice.
Representing the University of Minnesota and the lacrosse team.
Where? Who's he playing?
I think
San Diego State?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Oh, okay, because there's UC San Diego, which is where I went to college.
Nice.
And University of San Diego, which is the private school. So.
Oh, no, not the private school.
I think UC San Diego doesn't have any like major teams, but I think they might have a lacrosse team, so that's why I was wondering if he was playing UC.
He was in Vegas for a couple of days playing the University of Las Vegas, and he said, Dad, I'm up $15. I go, stop now, son. Just stop.
Yeah.
Now, because he's 22,
yeah.
so he's
go buy a placenta smoothie.
And it was his first. Yes, it was his first time in Las Vegas. I like look around. Do you see big fountains and bright lights and billboards and huge buildings? That's because you will lose that $15 in about 1 second. Walk away now.
Yeah,
did he?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear?
He did.
Good.
Go, all right. Okay.
Good man.
He walked away.
Yeah, he did.
All right, way to go, Dad.
He left Vegas with $15.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
Up
he left
15.
a winner.
Yeah.
He goes, I was way up, and then I went way down. I'm like, oh, dude, I want to jump through this phone right now. You're in college. You cannot afford to be doing this.
Yeah.
Walk away now. Oh, all right.
That is awesome.
All right.
Good for him.
Well, so here we go. We've wasted another hour of people's lives.
Yeah.
we enhanced.
I thought it was a great show today. I had fun.
We enhanced people's lives.
We didn't have to
Rusty.
listen to some boring guest.
Tim Mahoney.
Yep.
We haven't heard, though. No announcement yet?
No.
Is anyone
I
on the
don't
website?
know.
I got none. Bring me the news. No pop-up, Channel 9. none of that
No.
All right. Okay.
Damn it.
Come on, Mick and Keith.
stuff. Who do we have on tomorrow?
You're funny, lady.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
What?
we've got Danny. Oh shoot.
Danny somebody.
Danny Indivino Colley, who is the announcer for the North Star Roller Girls,
yeah, okay.
who do the roller derby at the Minnesota Convention Center. So she'll be here earlier in the show, and then later.
To keep 3 names going, our theme tomorrow, Colleen Doyle Justice.
Yeah.
Very funny
That
comedian.
name does her no justice.
Yes, absolutely not. Now remember, you listeners, you can always find us on the Twitter at Cities Hit Show, like our webpage, www.twincitieshitshow.com, or to Facebook /Twin Cities Hit Show. So we're very easy to find. We're very accessible people.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're people of the people.
We're people of the people.
And Rolling Stones, the rumor is June 3rd. Mick, Keith, we have 2 microphones here in studio for you. We could set up an amp if they wanted to play, right?
Absolutely,
All right,
yeah.
so there you go.
Only if we get comp tickets.
Consider it booked, June 3rd. The Rolling Stones here live at the Twin Cities Hit Show.
It's over. The hit show is over. You've been listening to the Twin Cities Hit Show with Rusty, Courtney, and Chuck. Now go home, unless you're already home.